we've got Dave from Bag Up TV, and it's that cold, his landing net's froze. Right, good morning fish people, I'm Alan Norris from FishOn TV. What's date today, Alex?
Sunday.
I know it's Sunday.
24th.
Oh, Sunday the 24th of January, and as you've probably seen, I've just arrived at Lindholme Lakes. It was -3 on my way here, absolutely freezing. I've chose to fish the Locco pond, peg 25, and the reason I've done that is because the night that Boris locked us all down again for the third time, I'd just drawn peg 25 in the bomb and feeder league. Well, I'm not actually in the league, but you can fish it as an open as well. So I drew peg 25, and that day I looked at the weather, easterly wind. There's the sun, easterly wind, perfect. I thought that will do nicely. I wouldn't normally fancy it in this area, and I've been told the pegs 23 and 24 are slightly better pegs, because you can get, I mean, those in the teens are the areas, 19, 18, 17 are the areas. In fact, there's a guy got a fish on now. Oh, he's just lost it. Nobody likes to see that, do they? Oh no, he's still got it. So what I'm wanting to do today, with me really, I've been wanting to do it for a week or two, but we've been in lockdown, weather's been awful, not been able to get here. I want to put into practice what I had in mind. Now, it's not an easterly wind, it's a northeasterly wind, but there's hardly any wind at all today, so I might be able to have the same results as I was expecting that day, if any results, because there is one difference. It's been -3 for a couple of days. We've had loads of rain, there's floods all over the country, it's been awful weather, loads of wind, extra water in, so it is different in that scenario, but I've got loads of room on this peg, and I did in the match as well. So I'll turn it round and you can have a look. So this is peg 25, and the nearest peg to me, that is 24, and that is 23, where the carp guy, well, just before the carp guy, that's peg 24. And there was a fisherman in peg, peg 23, in peg 23, but down here I had all this to myself, all along that bank, right up to here, and I think the first peg, I think that's 38, I think there, then, or 39 there, and 40, and then these are the favoured pegs a bit further down in the 40s. I think Tommy Pickering was round here somewhere, 41, something like that. So I've got all of this space here, and I thought, well, let me just turn you back around. I had in my mind, I thought, once all those feeders go crashing in everywhere, will it push the fish into this bay? So my plan, I actually spotted a turtle, and he said, you jammy sod, he said, you've got loads of room there, and with easterly wind, he said same. He said, I fancy it from there for you. So my plan of attack was, I know that popped up bread works on here, but it's not been working this year so far, as you know, as good as it normally does. In fact, I saw a video with Nick Speed. I think he had half an hour, 45 minutes on popped up bread and didn't do anything from peg 19 just over there to the right. Then he went on the either Duro banjo feeder or hybrid feeder, that kind of feeder, and he was straight into fish. In fact, one of the casts that he had, I think he was into a fish within 15 seconds. But conditions are a little bit different today, so quite a lot colder. So my plan today, I'm going to try and put into practice what I wanted to do that day and see if we can end up with a few fish. I'm going to go, I'll turn you back around. I haven't clipped, I've clipped up, but I haven't measured the distance because I think I'll probably move out. I'm wanting to, I've cast out at the minute at about 35 to 40 metres out there, and I can keep working out. Because of the branch here, I cannot cast in this favoured area here. That's where a lot of fish seem to come from those pegs. Those are the favoured pegs, and as you know before from other videos, let's have a look, see if I can get it, and those pegs down here. So I can work my way out there. I'm going to have a go, turn you back round. I am going to have a go on the I've got a Duro banjo feeder set up with a size 16 MWG and 019 bottom, hook length, strength and thickness. I don't think it really matters when you're using a hybrid feeder. That's my theory. I can go to a bigger hook if I want. I always find in winter a smaller hook seems to be okay, but I'm pretty sure I'll probably get away with a Guru QM1 size 12. I'm pretty sure I'll probably get away with that as well. If I lose something because I think the hook's too small, I could always upgrade, go to a bigger hook. I'm also going to be feeding in this area, so to catapult range, a few pieces of softened up fishery pellets, 6 mils and 4 mils, and corn. I've just got maggots, just because sometimes maggots, a bunch of maggots can work with just on a bomb. I've got micros there, soaked in the F1 sweet for the Duro banjo feeder. I always like a bit of ground bait because you can mix the two, or just have that if you want. And soft pellets and a selection of wafters and a bit of squidgery-doo. Now the popped up bread, I've got some bread. The popped up bread, let's have another look. Look at all this space here. I think there has got to be a chance of getting 1 or 2 on popped up bread in that area as well. So that is the area I'm going to have a quick look with popped up bread after I've been out on the Duro banjo feeder. Like I said, the reason I'm going straight on Duro banjo feeder, that seems to be outperforming the popped up bread at the minute. So that's the plan. Let's put it into action and see if we can get a few fish. Right, you see there, I've squashed all the micros into the Duro banjo feeder. I like the hook sticking up like that. And then over the top we go. Give it a good squeeze. A few bits off the edges. We want it aerodynamic. There we go. And a little squidge of that. Job's a good one. So let's get it cast in. First cast. And I'll probably give it about 20 minutes and see what happens. Well, 16.5 minutes in. That's just gone straight round. I don't think it's a big one. It'll probably be an F1. That's it, Dave. Yeah, yeah. Perfect, that, mate. Yeah. David Wood at side of me. Going to do a bit of fishing in this freezing cold weather. Oh, it's putting a bit of a scrap up now. That's not bad. First cast. I can't complain about that. Like I said, I think it's only an F1. It's not a big fish, but it's a nice start. There we go, look at that. Belting. Oh, what a mighty fisherman I am. Right, let's get that. Well, it's an F1. Right, can you put one in? As I said, you can. Dave, as I said, you can. Oh. There we go. Nice little start for the day. That'll do. Right, unbelievably, after 3 minutes, that's gone round again. It was a back bite. Couldn't believe it. Straight into some fish. Can't beat it. Alex and Dave can't believe it. I can't believe it. Just dropped back nicely. I thought, let's have a look. Have a lift. And it was on. Got a feeling it's another F1. There we go. Same stamp. Oh, nearly had a heart attack then. That's a scared all birds off. There you go. Oh, that is like a block of ice. Another nice little F1. Can't complain at those, can we, this time of year? 2 bites, 2 fish, 2 casts. Get in. Well, we're into another one. It was a strange little bite. He can't believe it, can't Dave? He says it's full of fish where I am. That's because I'm a mighty fisherman. It's another F1. Slightly bigger than the others. But these can keep coming all day. It just shows you, doesn't it? It's still -2 here. I managed to get Dave out of bed. He's not very happy about it. But, hey, we're out fishing, aren't we? We're not stuck at home. Well, let's... Right. Just change. It's eating batteries with this cold, really cold weather. They're not lasting long at all. I'm on to my 3rd one already. But just so changing batteries, it went round after a minute and a half. Can't believe it. It does feel slightly bigger, this. So I'm probably not going to get footage of all the fish. I'll probably, when I try the bomb, I'll get some footage of that. And it's another F1. Oh, a bit quicker than I thought. Oh no, it's a mirror. What's it, an F1? F1, slightly bigger fish. Sorry, mirror carp, slightly bigger fish. Oh, it's come to life now. Steady on, son. Steady on. Right. That was a lovely bite as well. Just put the battery in, turn around. It was straight round. Right. Let's get back in and get another one. Yeah, we'll have a look. We'll have a quick look, eh? It is a different fish. Ah. There we go. Just a little bit of like a block of ice, making my hands really, really cold. Right. Right, I'm just going to move slightly to the left. And been no bites for the last 40 minutes. There we go. Lovely. Mighty cast. And Dave is just tucking into his snack attack. I've never seen out like it. It's a full pizza box from last night. And he's not sharing. I can't tell you what he told me to do. Not sharing at all. Last night's pizza. Right, snack attack, that, isn't it? Right, we've been fishless for the last 45 minutes, but it has been okay. Like I say, it's -2, frozen landing net still. I thought I'd had a liner, then I knocked it with my elbow. So I've just moved. I've gone 3 or 4 yards further out. I've just moved slightly to the left because I've had no liners, no bites, no nothing. Pretty much same with Dave. It just seems to have gone a little bit quiet. So I'll just do a little bit of searching. Won't be long before I try the bomb. The bomb and bread I wanted to search around this bay, it ain't going to quite work like I'd got it planned for the match, because there's now 2 pegs set. There's a couple of kids there. Great to see young anglers out, so I'm not knocking that. And you know, they're chucking bombs and feeders about, so it's that plan of it being really quiet there and the fish backing off into that corner, it's not going to work. So not like I'd got it planned, but I might have a little search about just in front of me here on the popped up bread, see if there's something knocking about, but not holding my breath. It's not quite the same as what it would have been in my match, but happy at the minute with the fish that we're catching. Like I say, it does go a little bit quiet. We have periods of where it's quiet in winter. It's not easy fishing. Oh, timer on, don't forget your timer on. So how long we've been going? 2 minutes there. So 20-minute cast I'm having. I know some people will probably leave it a little bit longer. I'm not going to leave it in more than 20 minutes today. I do want to try a few other things. Like I say, I've got my softened pellets that I keep firing out there with a couple of pieces of corn. Definitely want to try bomb and pellet and bomb and corn there, and a little bit of popped up bread. So let's see how that goes. Could just do with a couple more fish. Still smashing Dave up a minute though. I'll say that under my breath so he can't hear me. But yeah, lovely day, apart from it being absolutely freezing, and there's ice on the eye rings on my rod as well, so that just gives you an idea of how cold it is. So let's see what happens in the next hour or two, because we won't be staying much longer than that, because it'll get too bitter I think by then. Right, over and out. Right then folks, a couple of hours in, been quite successful really. I've had 5 or 6 fish. I've had I think it's 4 F1s, is it 4 or 5 F1s and a carp. Dave outside me, he's had 3. So we're notching 1 or 2 fish up, not too bad for this time of year, for a couple of hours into fishing. I've just put an extra 3 yards on this line, on my Juro banjo line. I keep feeding a couple of pellets. I'll just show you where we're going there for that. Dave's having a little go on bomb and bread as well. So just out there, there's 4 there, and then 2 or 3 pieces of corn. This is what I would have been doing in the match. Turtle assures me that they will turn up on that. We're not overfeeding. I'm doing that sort of every 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15 minutes, so we're not putting too much in there. And I've got the bomb rod set up to have a go on that. Somebody's turned up to my left there, so I've not got all this bait to myself anymore. So whether a bit of popped up bread around there will still work, don't know, but I'm going to give it a go. I just can't quite cast as far as I probably wanted to do, but we'll have a little look round, see if we can get pick 1 or 2 fish up from there. There's Kaylee Smith fishing over there. She's probably doing a little video on the Locco. But I think we've been pretty lucky, because most of the ponds have frozen over. So we have been a little bit lucky. And as you can see, when I said northeasterly, it's just going that way slightly is the breeze. If I'd have been fishing in the match, it would have completely been going that way, which would have been even better, and it was a little bit warmer. But we're both more than happy with what we've caught so far. It is winter fishing. I'm leaving it up to 20 minutes. The bites have been, in fact, well, you saw one actually came after 3 minutes, but the bites are coming between sort of 10 and 16 minutes, round about that sort of time. So it is a game of patience. I've had a bit of problems with it being so cold. I'm having to put my sock over my camera, because it just keeps switching off, so you've actually missed 1 or 2 fish. I've put another SIM card in, and Dave's just said same, it's absolutely eating batteries in this, so I'm taking the battery out, putting it in my pocket. I know 1 or 2 of you have said you can get the chargers that you just plug into your phone, but it does get a little bit awkward when you've got all your fishing gear here. I suppose I could have given it a try today, but there'd be wires everywhere, and I don't want that when my landing net's going in and out. So I do appreciate little comments like that for little bits of advice. It's something I will be looking at, maybe set another tray up somewhere that's completely out of the way. I don't know yet. We shall see. So yeah, just a little Speedies wash that I've got on there with a 16-019 bottom on the Juro banjo feeder with micros in. As I suspected, is working. Dave's just said we've had the odd tiny liner, not big liner, so the fish they're not moving about as to be expected. You have to keep casting about a little bit to try and locate them. So I've just gone a little bit further out, pretty much the same direction. I can't really go to my right too much, but I can have a look left for 1 or 2 casts. I'm due to go on the bomb line in about another hour or so, so that's what I would be doing in the match, and we'll see if we can pick a few fish up there. That's at about 20 metres, I would say, 22 metres, that sort of distance. Dead simple match, it's just 2 rods. I just had a right little tap on the tip there. I thought that were going to go around. That would have been nice. Been nice timing, that would have been. So probably another liner just sort of moved ever so slightly. But yeah, it's still, I mean, I think there's a bit of footage today, but as you can see, my landing net's frozen, Dave's is frozen. Thought it was quite comical actually. That's how cold it is. It's -2. So pretty thankful that we're still managing to get a bit of fishing done. So let's hope we get a few more pulls, a few more decent fish in the net. Took a little bit longer this one, but 13 minutes in. Nice steady pull round. I know you'd like to see tip going round, but I have tried. But my hands get too cold trying to video tip. It is a bit of a sit and wait game. But at least we're still catching, that's the main thing. Again, I went to the same spot I had the last one from. Slightly to the left of where I was catching to start with. It's just a little bit of searching. And that's what you've got to do in winter, just keep searching your peg. There we go, another F1. Oh, a bit bigger this one. About £3, £3.5. Can't complain at that. Yes. Oh, like a block of ice come to life now, wrestling with the F1. There we go. Look at him, he's a nice chunky healthy F1. Let's have a look, get my hands really wet and cold. Yeah, he is live, he won't stay still. Yes, look at that, eh? You can't beat catching them in winter, can you? -2. Belting. Right. Towel to hand. Definitely due to go on this bomb and corn line, so we'll see what happens there. Right, little quick tip. Trying to be as accurate as possible with the bomb and pellets. You've probably seen one or two other people do it, but I've been doing this for quite a while now. Most people will cast the bomb in and then try and guess where the bomb's landed and then catapult pellets out. What I like to do, don't you notice the wind's changed, which is not ideal, it's getting a bit cold now, blowing into us a bit, is catapult the pellets out. I've got an idea where they landed. Oh, that's not ideal, we don't want that. So I've still got my eye on where those pellets landed, and then I like to cast the bomb out just slightly beyond, let that sink. The pellets, you wouldn't have been able to see with this, but the pellets just blew slightly to the left. That's a little bit more left than I've been fishing. Let that sink, and then from there I'll just pull it back towards the pellets, and that straightens the hook length out as well. That is as accurate as you probably can be. So just a little quick tip for you there. That's how I like to fish the bomb. Try and get it as accurate as possible. I don't know if you guys saw Jamie use sort of firing the bomb in and then trying to catapult his pellets around the bomb, and he kept going short. I think it surprised him as well, and that just confirmed my suspicions on how I do it and how I like to keep it as accurate as possible. Obviously when there's a wind like this, sometimes your pellets can blow a little bit wayward, but you can only do your best. Even if they do blow a little bit wayward, cast into those pellets anyway. So that's my little tip for today. I did hook into a fish and the hook pulled out. I've been getting a few little taps. So what I've decided to do, I've just scaled down. I've got an 0.15 hook length on fluorocarbon and an 18 hook. I was a little bit heavy in that because there are some big lumps in here, but I've been getting one or two little taps. I'm just going to see if this makes a difference, so let's wait and see, eh? Nosh's tip of the day. No, I think it might be another F1, I'm not sure, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Dave's just asking if it's a big one. He's just had a nice big F1 as Dave, about 4 poundish, maybe a bit more. I've gone back out on the Duro banjo feeder, and after 9.5 minutes it went round. Didn't heave the rod round, they're just steady, nice steady pulls. Oh, hold on a minute, I think I've hit a snag here. Oh, got it out of the snag, a bit of a snag down there then. It's pulled the end piece off me Juro banjo feeder. So is it another F1 or is it a carp? I think it's probably an F1. I might be wrong, you never know, do you? Coming to the top. Yeah, another F1. Yeah, put in a bit of a scrap up. There we go. Another F1. It's been F1 City today, apart from the mirror carp I had earlier. Oh, nice little fish to finish off on. Oh. Right, we'll get him back in. We're just going to have another 10 or 15 minutes and we'll just see if a big one comes along. If it does, I shall record that. If not, we'll have a little chat afterwards. Oh, sorry if I swore. I thought battery wasn't working. It just took a while to turn on, but another one on the long line with the Juro banjo feeder. If you're wondering why I've got a different landing now, I've just been taking a photograph for Dave. While I was taking a photograph, Rod went round. Well, there we go, another quality F1. Oh, what a day's fishing. We've had at least £30 a piece or more, me and Dave, today. It's been a great day's fishing. Fantastic. You just can't complain at that in winter. What a fantastic day's fishing we've had. In these conditions, it's like it can't be any more than 1 degree. Maybe 0. It's absolutely free. In fact, there's still ice on my rod. So there you go. Last fish of the day. Look at that belter. We can't complain at that at all. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The plan I wanted to put together hasn't totally gone to plan because I wasn't able to fish in this area with there's 3 or 4 fishermen down there. So I've not been able to have a search about with the bomb and bread or a few casts about with corn and stuff, which is what I would have done in the match. I've had 1 shot on the bomb line, but it's pretty much what I expected, and I think I would have had a lot more on that day because it was a bit warmer and the wind was blowing that way. So yeah, quite pleased. So that'll do nicely. That'll do, pig. Well folks, what a cold and frosty day that was. Not a cold and frosty morning, what a cold and frosty day that was. Unbelievable. It is the day after. It just got a little bit, I just wanted to get my gear away. I've said this a few times, it's really cold, you just want to get your gear away as quick as you can. It was getting very cold and just a little bit too dark for my camera to record, and it looked okay. But yes, very, very cold. I was doubtful on my way there. I told you what plan I wanted to do. I wanted to fish peg 25, not because I think it's particularly like the best peg where you're rushing to get to the best peg to have a fantastic day. I wanted to fish it just to see if what I had planned for the Bomb and Feeder League a few weeks ago, to see if it would have worked. The wind was northeasterly, but it did change, as you saw a little bit later on. It actually started blowing in his face a little bit. A few weeks ago the wind would have been behind and it would have been considerably warmer. Half the lake was frozen. I had to lend my icebreaker to a few guys so they could reel fishing if they hooked into any. And as you saw, David Wood from Bag Up Tea, he was there. He was to my right. What ruined it a little bit was the kids. I'm not going to say anything bad about that. The kids that turned up and started fishing to my left in that bay area that I mentioned, that I'm pretty sure would have held some fish had they not been there casting about, as kids do. So I never got a chance to try a bit of popped up bread down there, or any kind of, I didn't even try fishing over that way. In the match I would have had a load of room over there, and I'm pretty sure I would have definitely caught from there. But as you saw today, I did plan on long hybrid feeder, or as it turned out, I used the Duro banjo feeder with a wafter on and micros in. The plan was to sort of start at about 40 meters. If they backed off, go a little bit further out, which I did, and then I started moving to the left a little bit. And as you saw again, that plan worked very well. First 4 casts, 4 fish. You cannot complain at that, because it never got above 0. I think somebody mentioned it might have been 1 degrees, but when I got back in the car it was showing -2. So it's been bloody cold all day. As you saw, Dave Wood with his landing net landed a fish, held it up, and it just stuck out like the American flag on the moon. And it was freezing instantly. So the plan that I had, like I said, was long method or hybrid from the off, because popped up bread hasn't this year worked as good as it has done in the past. And after watching results, I knew that, so that was the plan. Feed a shorter line at about 20 meters ish, 22 meters, with soft pellets, which are softened fishery pellets overnight, and corn. And the other plan was to have a search around with popped up bread on my left if the hybrid feeder didn't work, or Duro banjo feeders as I was using that day. And the way things were going, I probably wouldn't have tried searching on popped up bread. I might have had a little cast over with maybe some corn and a few pellets around there, because the Duro banjo feeder kept producing fish. And if you're in a match scenario, if you're catching, why change? And especially at this time of year, I don't think I would have probably changed too much. It did go quiet for about half an hour, 40 minutes. So I had a quick look on the bomb, pellet and corn line. Didn't have anything the first 2 casts, but I had a couple of little indications. So again, fired it out, and that was with corn on. Tried the soft pellet, a few indications. Tip didn't really go around. So then I put a small piece of corn on, and as you saw, well you don't think you saw it, I think I mentioned it once I got the fish. Dave hooked into a fish, and I just took my eye off the rod for a couple of seconds, and the bite was unbelievable. I was lucky to grab my rod. It absolutely rived it straight off the rest. It was unbelievable, and it was only a 2.5 pound F1. So you cannot take your eye off. Even at this time, I was shocked how that went round, like a summer bite. But that was it. I didn't have any more fish on that line. But again, I think if the wind had have been behind, it was supposed to be about 10 mile an hour that day for the match day, I would have been able to catapult the corn and soft pellets a little bit further. It would have been one I'm sure that line would have produced that day. So overall, I was quite happy with the plan. I do think it would have worked. I've ended up with, I don't really know, about 40 pounds, 40 pounds maybe, 30 or late 30s, 40 pound. Cracking day's fishing. Good crack with David Wood at the side of me. He's had a great day's fishing as well. We cannot complain at this time of year. -3 when we turned up. Freezing most of the day. I think there was only about an hour where the landing net didn't freeze, so that just shows you how cold it was. But brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's I was pretty chuffed with myself. So little plan that nicely come together, especially in these worse conditions. So I hope you've enjoyed today's little video into another winter fishing day. A lot of my pals are calling me crackers. One of my friends is in Spain. He says, yeah, we've got ice over here. Comes in a cube shape in our lass's gin and tonic glass. Simon Target. Thanks for reminding me about that one. Right then, folks. I'll be on the bank again at some point this week. Don't know when. We're going to check the weather. I hope you've enjoyed today's video into a bit of hybrid and bomb fishing on the Locco Lake, which has been fantastic. Don't forget, folks, if you do enjoy my videos, it's absolutely free to subscribe. Click the subscribe button, press the notification bell, and you will get all our videos as we upload them. So once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you do like them, big thumbs up will help very nicely indeed, and we'll see you on the bank next time round. Thanks for watching.